So, it is my first day back heading into work. I've had over 2 weeks off for the first time, and I don't know the last time I actually had a 2-week break. Like, I've always had, like, I've been to some sick places and stuff like that, but I don't think I've been on a 2-week holiday in fucking forever.
I don't know because I am not coming every time to the mall.
They must close 8 till the closing time.
So I had a lot of downtime to really figure out what, just reflect and just look at everything and try and figure out where I want to go with things and how I see things being done. And yeah, just a lot. I'm really looking forward. I'm feeling energized, even though like I got off the flight at like 6:30 this morning. That's just been like just enough time to me to actually like, one, miss it, because I feel like I wasn't burnt out, but I think I was just that busy. I wasn't like thinking about like the long-term future of the business, and obviously I'm a co-founder of a business, not a founder, so I have to, all my ideas are good and well, but they have to like check out, and we've got to come to an agreement with things. But I haven't actually sat down and thought about all this for a while. That first flight back that I took yesterday, it would have been now, was 6 hours, and it was one of the most productive 6 hours I think I've ever had. You know, I've spent thousands on business consultants and I've been to seminars and I've spoke with so many business owners, but having that 6-hour window with no internet, like just me, my thoughts and my iPad, and going through processes and why things don't work and why things do work and how we kind of use that to propel ourselves forward. There was a lot in that session, and I was so close to not doing it. Yeah, I was really close to just leaving it and just sleeping. But I thought, well, I'll stay awake, so I'm back on UK time zone. But I don't think I've ever got that much out of something, and I think maybe because I wasn't expecting, I literally just wrote down, and if I had a different thought about something different, rather than finishing that thought complete, I would jump onto the next thing and I would just get every single thing down and go back to it. And it was really good. I definitely want to start doing that more often, and I'd probably encourage a lot more people who run their own business or are in the creative space to try that, because it seems a bit gimmicky until you do it, and then you're like, oh shit, like I understand why other people do it. Feeling super refreshed, maybe a tad jet lag, but I always know when I'm ready to get back to work from when I've had like smaller breaks and stuff, because my mind starts going with loads of ideas and stuff like that. And those last few days I felt like I was just, every few minutes I was coming up with a different concept. But I can convey that though, without doing it, but you have to do it. We've just had a good catch up then, just getting back into work and into the swing of things and stuff. But we've just done it at Starbucks, and this is the first Starbucks that, well, not the first Starbucks, this is a Starbucks that I worked at when I was younger. I've just been for a piss in the toilet that I used to clean, which is a little bit mad.
Is it clean?
No, the fucking standards have dropped, I'll tell you that. But I think there was, how long were we in there for then? Like an hour and a half. An hour and a half, and just being able to like flesh out ideas a little bit more and just, I don't know, get up to speed with things. I actually got quite a bit out of that.
Yeah, I did actually. We didn't actually talk about, like, considering you've been away for 2 weeks,
what happened in the business.
Yeah.
It was just fucking, my brain has just been on one. But I'm gonna go back now and check in with everyone, because I haven't really spoke to anyone. I've just given them some gifts and stuff like that. Did this card turn in here? Yeah. Back up a sec. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now.
Bank and Chapel were a bit messy.
Okay.
It was mainly just I think Chapel was more like generally like needs fixed, but Bank.
Get back to crack on with other stuff, and sometimes it's just
It's just that thing. It's like if you got to say, I don't obviously mind staying, but I don't want it to be like, oh, you were there for 5 hours and you just got nothing.
I don't want it to get to a point where I'm like, I can guess the outcome of a video prior to what it's going to be. Now, I'm not saying that we have to drastically change things up or anything like that. I think everyone's doing a good job in what we're doing, but I just want to push us to be a little bit more of, and I've said it to you too since you've joined, like your aim should be to make every video better than the last. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes when we're chocker, I get it. It's sometimes a video is good enough and it just needs to get out because the client needs it. Like I'm thinking like Cam's competition ones or High Street might need a certain video out or whatever. That's different. And when I'm saying this, please take it with context of what I'm saying. But push yourselves because you're really good at what you're doing, and I see like your Fuel Hub stuff is really good. That passion video you done was really good. Cozy video, sick. Your Tasker stuff, boss. Do you know what I mean? Really good. I want to see it spread across now. I want to see, okay, if you're doing an interview with the Futures, can we get a top angle, the top down angle, just to change it up a little bit, and start going into the idea of videos of, and again coming, this is different creator that I was watching, he was like, your whole goal as a videographer, cinematographer, whatever it is, YouTuber, once they start watching that video, can you get them to the end of it? And sometimes that means when you're doing pair stuff, you need to include a hook, and that can be fine, that will get them to the end of the video. Sometimes there needs to be a change of angle, changing the setup, doing something different where just forcing yourself to think outside the box a little bit. Yeah?
Yeah, because I was off, wasn't I, 2 days last week for the wedding and I'm off next week, so I've made sure that I've had everything
sorted,
done beforehand. I'm only waiting on Ben's going to sort some leads images now, and then there's enough for well more than when I'm off. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously we're speaking tomorrow anyway, aren't we? But yeah, this is just what like workload like in the now. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we'll get, I want to get Matty in, and at some point with yourself, and I want you to just figure out that workflow.
Yeah, because I haven't really, to be honest, I haven't really had much communication with him, so I probably need to.
Yeah, and I think
sorted with him.
I just want to figure out how we work with web and stuff. I don't know, Rob's going to be in, but we're hiring in that department anyway, and we want to just
align.
Yeah, I just don't want to bring someone in and then go, okay, so how do we work? I'm like,
we don't know. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to try and get ahead of that. All I was thinking is, if I'm going to learn this tool, I would rather learn it how you're using it. So if I have to jump
we can even sit in here and literally work on something together. Like
yeah.
I do one visual and you do the other.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Wait.
Follow him in.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I don't want to exist
Jack, can you blow these out? I want to chase you with the camera.
Jack, you gotta blow your candles out, lad. Spit on the cake.
So I think at this part in the day, it's probably worth me just explaining like why I'm checking in with all of them, because there's videos to be edited and there's clients to be met and stuff like that. But it is really important to us, both me and Ben, like that we check in, make sure everything's okay for people, that they're not struggling with something. And sometimes there's certain things that you can't really articulate on a card on Trello or one of our, like a CRM or Slack or something like that. Sometimes it's like, I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it is more like a feeling. It's like, I don't feel like this is going quite right, or I don't feel like this is working. So it was really important for me. The first thing to do when I come back in is just spend the day speaking to everyone and making sure that they're all happy, they're comfortable, they've got no concerns and stuff like that. So that's what today has been. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I've been doing check-ins pretty much all day, checking in with the team, making sure everyone knows kind of where I'm at in terms of my thoughts since being away, and then like learning where they're up to, what their thoughts, how the past few weeks have been, and just figuring out like kind of the next steps and stuff from here. Yeah, today has just been catching up, finding out where everyone's at, and just figuring out what the next steps look like in terms of us developing like the business, but also just like the immediate next steps of like where I need to slot back in. Big part of it is this, making more of this content, because I feel like it'll actually help, and yeah, going from there really. Jack,
Yeah.
how you feeling now? Obviously the last time we checked in, you were singing happy birthday to you.
Yeah. I'm a bit more relaxed now. Kind of lost all composure. I'm struggling to get this plug in now. Yeah.
I've caught you at 2 low points today really, haven't I?
Yeah, I can't see the socket properly.
Chloe, what about you? What have you got to report to us? How's your day been?
Honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow, steady. Full of information, as always.
Ah, there we go.
Fair enough.
Sorted.
So we're getting a side angle, I've got a conch.
Last but not least, like just the final thoughts from this video and from me is that sitting down with everyone today, I think I may have said it in part of one of the videos, one of the clips that you see, is that like as a business owner you are there to protect the staff but also push them. There is no point a staff member being with you and being part of a journey, being there for 5 years or 3 years or a year, but there's no progression. If they leave at the same skill set as they entered, that is on you, the business owner, that you've done a bad job. It's all good and well sitting with them, but you've got to put an action plan in, and you'll have seen me throughout this video doing that, and that is the whole and sole reason of if they get better, it makes us get better and vice versa. So that's exactly why we do it, and it's important. Right, so I am just checking in for the last bit of the day. It's currently 8:10, and today's been a long one. It's been just getting back into the swing of things. I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed kind of catching up. I've just realised you're wonky, so can I fix that so it's a bit more straight? Is that any better? Yeah. Catching up with the team, kind of getting back in the swing of things, and just making a bit of a plan of action of things that I'm going to do, and what taking the time off has like helped me figure out and think about where I want to take the business. I think the last few months I've kind of let the business take me personally and push and pull me, and I think that can happen when you're busy and things are kind of going really well. You kind of let it run you ragged. But to be honest, this is why I keep like this with me, and I just like write down anything that like I'm thinking or feeling or whatever, because when I had that time off I look back on it and I'm like, okay, this is like a chapter in my life, and like how was it feeling, and I just wasn't feeling how I used to feel like about filmmaking and creating content and pushing stuff out and building a business. Like, I don't know, I just think things had changed a little bit for me to where you lose sight of it day by day. Taking this step back was like a really important part of probably growth, to be honest. Probably just a lot of things that, I don't know, I feel like you can get so blindsided by being so exposed to it. It becomes like white noise, and you don't realise you're falling into this trap until you are in it. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been at today. I've caught up with virtually everyone bar 2 of the team who went in, and yeah, it's just made me realise that like this thing that I'm building, like I think I'd lost the identity of it a little bit over the last year or so, but now like me and Ben have kind of like, I've had my time off, Ben's about to have his time off, but I think like bringing that energy back and being like, this is where we're going, and being so kind of almost stubborn with that fact and letting things kind of play out with that. But all in all, a really good day back. The first time I've come back to work and purposely didn't edit the video, because the team have got it under control and I am focusing on building this to as good as it possibly can be. So that's everything for today, and hopefully on the next one it's a bit more it's a little bit more interactive, because today was just a lot of catch-ups and some of the stuff I couldn't really share. So yeah.